shit. Guys, I gotta take that call. I'm sorry. That's important, actually. Ja, kann sein, ja. Oh. Nein, du hast schon... This is my grandpa. He pressed the wrong button. And now he's gone. My grandpa pressed the wrong button. Oh, this guy, dude. He's the biggest boomer, man. He doesn't know anything about technology. Okay, I'm ready, boys. Sorry, I had to do that. First of all, the food is here. That was my grandpa. My grandpa... Man, you guys will... I couldn't even explain this grandpa to you guys. That guy is... Oh, this is unexplainable. My grandpa is one of the weirdest characters on this fucking planet. He's unexplainable. This dude is... You can't explain it to humans, man. It will take 20 hours to explain it. And he's getting internet now, and he doesn't understand anything about technology, man. Yeah, and he wants to get Netflix and shit, and he always asks me for help. Yeah, for him, for example, I made this package. My grandpa likes to do I'm making him a care package during Corona. Because he likes to do, how do you say, crossword puzzle? He's doing this shit all day. I'm getting him a package done. Crossword puzzle, I think. Typical boomer? Yeah, he's 72 or some shit. Man, explaining that grandpa will take too long. It's almost impossible. That dude is on a whole new level. Like this grandpa, he's my dad's stepdad. Like, he's not my real grandpa, but I take care of him. I'm his only friend left. Oh, it's so hard to explain him. Imagine, first of all, he's a Messi. His apartment is the most fucked up apartment in the world. I can't even bring Lisa to him because it's so fucked up. But he has been working as he was in construction his whole life, and he has a really good rent. He is kind of rich. He makes a lot of money. He makes 1.5k rent, which is a lot in Germany. But he's still like my grandpa. He's like really fat, and he has only one eye left or some shit. He seems like the most white trash ever, you know, like trailer park. But he actually has a lot of money. That's what he's so funny, man. He has like the most expensive TV ever, man. And it's just really hard to explain, man. Oh, yeah, review of that doesn't look good, man. That's the... Is that grandpa that fed his dog spaghetti? Yeah. That grandpa I just talked to has a dog, a beagle. It's the fattest dog in the world. This is what I'm gonna say now is the truth of life. My grandpa's dog eats better than 90% on people on this planet. My grandpa makes a lot of money, and he's this old school underground German. He doesn't care about money, so he always buys the best meat. He goes to this meat shop and always buys the greatest meat, and he cooks. And then, because he has no one, my grandpa, he has no one left. Everybody hates him, drama and the family. I'm the only one he has left. And the dog. So he gives the dog the greatest food ever. And he always says, like, I remember we went to the veterinarian, and this little girl, this doctor always said, please save the dog, Tommy. He's feeding it too much. It's gonna die early. And my grandpa just says, listen! At least he has a good life. At least he eats well. And every time I go to him, the dog is just... He's so fat. He's like, he's happy I'm coming. He's like... And the dog is just dying, but the dog is eating Kobe meat and shit. It's the funniest guy. My grandpa... I have so many stories. He was in the news last year because there was in the newspaper in Halle, local newspaper, there was an article, crazy man shoots around in Halle Neustadt. And that was him. But it was fake news, legit fake news. He lives in the worst fucking neighborhood in Germany, Halle Neustadt. All the Germans will know, the fucking biggest ghetto, man, even worse than my ghetto. And he's going out with his dog, and he always has a gun, a fake gun. It's a gun that makes BAM. You know, it doesn't kill you, but it's loud. And as you do in Neustadt, there's pit bulls running around for free. There was a pit bull running around because his leader was drunk in the corner. That is where I come from. So the pit bull is attacking my grandpa's dog and fucking killing him, man. He still has scars. The fat dog fucking dying. And my grandpa, and he can't even speak correctly. The grandpa, he's the funniest. He speaks like, stop it. I can kind of explain my grandpa as the father in Harry Potter. when Harry Potter lives with that bad family in the beginning, that dad, that's my grandpa. And he takes out the gun, he's bam, 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 and everyone, oh shit, and then the police comes, and the weapon wasn't registered, and the media writes that Crazy Man was shooting. He fucking saved his dog. It's so funny, hey man. I have so many stories about that grandpa, man. He was so scammed. Oh, he was so scammed. I have so many stories. He worked his ass off his whole life. He never, that's a true East German, never complained. From the time he was 16 to the time he was 65, always working. And he was never home. Like, he was in construction and had to always drive around Germany. 3 years ago, my grandma dies. My dad's mom. And pure white trash. Like, really trailer park stuff. I love these people, but they were... Dude, I have the craziest stories about this family, man. The most asocial people ever. Completely mental. And, my grandma dies, and my grandpa, who I just talked to, never did his finances on his own. And me and him, we're gonna, That's my grandpa's story! You found it? That's my grandpa! What are these comments? But honestly, this is true fake news. They're saying a guy shooting around. He was protecting his dog. And they're like, he's shooting around. Fucking fake news, man. And me and my grandpa do his finances, right? So I'm checking his bank account for 20 years and shit. And then we found something. Because my grandpa, you have to imagine, these people have 80 IQ. My dad's family is super uneducated. And we're checking all these documents in the fucking in the thing, and we found out that his wife, my dad's mom, called Grandma Neustadt, that was her name, has been using his money for 50 years. She always took his, like, he never cared. He said, when I come home, I want that the rent is paid and I want my food. That's all he ever cared about. And for 40 years, she always took his money and she partied, cheated on him, alcohol, all the time. And he found out 40 years later, we found these maps where my dad has a sister. I swear to God, alhamdulillah, the most white trash human being ever on this planet. I wish her all the best. She's raised, fuck, man. The stories there are too crazy, man. You couldn't even imagine. They're very known in the city. Fucking crazy. And they would always scam him. We found these maps where all the children of my dad's sister, and she had 5, all received 5,000 euros. I never got that. And she would always scam it. And he sits there like, oh, fuck, that sucks. He doesn't even care. He's like, oh, that sucks, man. Fuck her, I guess, huh? Always scammed them for 40 years. Because the guy wasn't very bright, you know? He always came home, did his money. This is kind of, is it private though? The family of my dad's sister, my aunt, Jana, she has 5 children, is the most fucked up story ever. You have no idea. Dude, like, her husband was killed by the mafia and shit. Dude. You think I make this up, dude? So I was a kid, right? So my parents always had 2 worlds. Normal people, educated people, and the white trash people. The white trash people kind of came from their early years and my dad's family. And my mom always had kind of educated friends, like doctors and shit, you know? So, I was a kid. Let me explain you, man, where I come from. I was a kid. I was like 9. And all my parents' friends were in our apartment, right? Like, the educated people, like my dad's best friend, who was like a real big businessman and made 10,000 D-mark a month and shit, blah, blah. And the asocial side, my dad's sister and her husband. I'm sleeping, right? It's 10, they're partying, la la la, and suddenly drama ensues. People are screaming, people are fighting. What happened is, someone stole all the mobile phones. Dude, you have to imagine, the apartment is a little mini ghetto apartment. There's not a lot of room there. And someone just stole everybody's mobile phone. And everybody knew it was the husband of my aunt, Micha. Onkel Micha, Alter. Really fucking ghetto people, man. You cannot, dude. It's like Jesse Pinkman, but worse. My dad's best friend was a very educated man, and he's like, man, you're the only one who could have stolen them. Give them back. And he's like, no, I didn't. Some months later, maybe someone can Google that. I was still too young. His corpse was found in the Heide, which is a little forest in Halle. Micha was found dead in the forest because he made like deals with the mafia. She was fucking dead, man. Like, now with all these years going by, when I meet my dad in his garden and his sister and all these people are there, I feel bad for them. Like, just lately, she had a new husband and he died of Leberzirrhose. His liver was dying. his liver was dying. And these people, like my aunt, are so uneducated. She didn't understand it. They would always say, I was in the hospital and he was very skinny and looked very bad. I think he's gonna get better. He's fucking dead. And they don't, I feel bad for these people, man. This is a whole new level, man. You guys have no idea, man. There is stories there. My aunt's family was so asocial. They were running around naked in the city. There's a story where her daughter, Mandy, had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend had sex with Mandy, and then he would go to the mother's room and have sex with her, and they were both pregnant. Like, that guy made the mom and the fucking daughter pregnant, and then they got a child, Lisa, and Lisa was in the magazine, in the local newspaper, as the fattest child of Germany. True story. My mom still has the fucking newspaper article. The fattest child in Germany, little Lisa from, I swear to God, I meet her sometimes. When I meet my dad, she makes her own, but these are sad people. This is not funny. She has her own tattoos, man, and they're completely. That Lisa, that fattest child, she's like 18 now. She recently became a mom, and she didn't know she was pregnant until the baby came. She was so fat, she didn't know she was pregnant, and when it came, she was like, "What? I'm getting a child?" But there's psychology involved. Some women push that away. They act like, "Yeah, we have to stop now, dude." That shit is. You have no clue how my dad became a kind of normal human being and the biggest white trash in the world. I have millions of stories, man. But in the end, it's not fair to make fun of them because these are just very sad people, man. They're very, very sad.